Episode 2, take 1. Okay. Welcome to
Amor
Chaos
and Conversations, where the love is big
The chaos is real.
and the conversations are deep.
Episode 2. Cheers! All right, let's get into it. What's our topic?
This week is, when do you put yourself first as a mother?
When do you put yourself first? Let's just say, when do you put yourself first? Because we have as a mother, as a wife, as a sister,
As a working woman.
as a working woman. When do you put yourself first? Let's get into it. Who's going first? No? Okay, I'll go first.
Okay, you go first, and then we'll.
When do you put yourself first? I'm going to drop the bomb. You should always put yourself first. And here's why. I'm going to let you know why. Because we are the most important piece to our puzzle. And without us being at our top selves, we can't help everybody else function. And I feel that we've lost that because of guilt. Guilt is the number one thing that really drags us as moms, as wives, as even friends. Sometimes we can't be the good friend that we want to be because we feel guilty. We're taking away the time from our kids, the time from our husbands. So that guilt really eats at us. And I feel it's time we shed away from that and really understand that you have to put yourself first in instances of taking care of your health, taking care of your whatever makes you feel like you again.
And putting your family first doesn't mean that or putting yourself first doesn't mean that you're neglecting your family. It just means that you're mentally stable and emotionally stable to be your best as a mother, as a sister, as whatever you have title in your family. That way that you can provide 100% of yourself while still making sure that you're okay and that you're mentally stable to help. The Big Fat Greek Wedding had a perfect example of that. They said that the husband is the head of the house, but the woman, the wife, is the neck, which means she could move that head any which way she wanted.
Yes. We do.
Agree.
We do.
Yep, I was having a conversation earlier how I said we can't pour from an empty cup. As being moms, we have all this weight on our shoulders, and not to say that the dads don't have weight, because they do. But as moms, we have to worry about, did you eat? Or did you do your homework?
Is the house clean?
Is the house clean? While doing work and doing 100 million, taking the kids to practice. Like I said, doesn't mean that the dads don't also contribute, but the mom carries most of the weight.
Yeah.
So if we're running on E, how are we supposed to fill everybody else's cup in the house? It's impossible.
I agree. Now let me throw another one at you. When do you put yourself first with your own family? So meaning outside of your family, outside of your husband and your kids, you have a family that's your mother, your father, your siblings, and there's been times where I struggle, where I feel like, I'm supposed to be there for my family, but I also have my own family, right? I have my husband, my kids, and you kind of do that tug of war where, I haven't been there for them that often, but my kids have this game that they have to go to, but I need to attend this party, and you're kind of giving yourself the tug of war. Well, what should you do? Put yourself first. Think about what you feel is that you need, because there goes that guilt again. That's what's making you do that tug of war. I feel guilty because I'm not present in this moment, but I also feel guilty I'm not present in this moment, right? What do you want to do? I think that's the
in that
question.
instance, you can really do, because I have family that lives, my father lives 2 hours away, my sister lives in South Carolina, so we're all far from each other. In that instance, I found myself ways, it's like, if we're going to a game or something, I say, hey, I can't go to you, but can you come to us? Like, come see him at his game. Or if you can't here, let's try to make another day where it's more easier on each part of our families. But just because you can't make it at that moment doesn't mean that you're a bad mom or a bad sister or a wife or whatever the case may be. You gotta find ways to make sure that you can fit everybody in your schedule without stressing yourself out and running yourself thin.
Yeah. And it's also important that we learn sometimes we have to say no.
That
and that's okay too. It doesn't mean you don't want to. It's just no. Like I need time for myself.
I say it's protecting your energy.
Yeah.
It's making sure that you're grounded, that you can say no. You don't always have to say yes to things, and you know.
Protecting your peace.
Yes.
Always protect your peace. That's one thing I have learned growing up as an adult, is your peace is very important. That's in your relationships, with your family, your friends. That is the most important. If somebody takes away from your peace, they don't belong in your life. That's very important.
100%.
Yeah.
One of my topics was like scheduling time for yourself. So something that interests you. I know we like to read now. We like to work out.
We do.
So that's a non-negotiable for me. I want to make sure that I know that my son has basketball practice on 2 different teams or 3 different teams or whatever, how many playing at the moment. And my husband plays basketball, and I'm doing soccer right now. So our schedules are crazy, but my non-negotiable is that I got to make sure that I go to the gym at least 5 days a week, right?
Yeah.
That I'm reading 30 minutes by myself, nobody interrupting me, because that's my me time where I can just decompress. And I noticed a lot before I started doing this was I was coming home from work and I was taking my anger out. I was very short-tempered. I was taking my anger out, whether it was on my son or my husband, and I was like, wait, it's not their fault, but I'm so overwhelmed
I've been there.
that I was so short-fused, and I was like taking it out on them, and then I feel, you know, that mom guilt, that wife guilt, that I'm like, oh, I'm so horrible, and it's not me. It's just the overwhelming emotions of the day that I needed to reflect on myself and say, okay, I need the 30 minutes to work out and get all that stress out, or I need the 30 minutes in my room where I could just read and, you know, put myself into that book and get away from all the problems, and then I can come back and I'm a better person for that.
I wrote here saying like basically like an empty mom is like a tired mom, a snappy mom, and everything is all at once. That when you go home, and it's not to take your whatever you have going on at work or wherever you were to the house, but then your kids are asking for 1,000 million things, and all of a sudden they want a snack for the 5th time of the day, and now you're just like relax, like, you know, you're
You have to restart again.
Say that again.
And then I had a snack break, but Sissy was saying.
I was saying that I had here that I had wrote down like a tired mom. Wait, what did I say? Sorry, let me read it. It says an empty mom is a tired, snappy mom, basically. And you know, you have 1,000 things going on in the house, and the kids are hungry, homework needs to be done, they want the snack for the 5th time of the day, and now you're flustered. Why is that? Flustered? Flustered. And there's a lot of
Flustered.
Flustered. Damn it!
She said break. Oh, no, let her rock out.
I was trying to hold you so bad.
Flustered.
I was trying to hold it so bad.
You flustered.
Until you were like, did I say it right? I was like, no!
Fuck me, flustered. It would come out.
Flustered.
All right, I gotta redo that.
Bird of the day. Flustered.
Flustered.
I'm gonna put it right up here. Flustered. Oh no, this way. Flustered.
Okay.
It's a lot going on. You know, the kids are doing homework. Yeah, you're already short fused. You're flustered, and the kids ask, you know, for the 3rd time, 5th time of the day, like, mom wants to eat. Well, give me a snack or something. And now I'm a mess, and I'm everywhere, and I'm snappy, and there's no reason to be like that. Basically, it's not their fault that we're having a day, or you know, we're running on E.
Mm-hmm.
But branching off of that too, I think what we really need to work on is sharing our mental load with our kids and our husbands. Like, we're coming home and we're like already flustered from our work environment, and then we come home and there's dishes in the sink.
Yeah.
And there's stuff all over the floor. The kids didn't put the book bags away, or your husband didn't put the load away of laundry or whatever, and that just adding up. Though you don't notice it at the time, you're like, oh my god, I gotta do this,
Yeah.
and on top of that, you have to take them to practice or feed them or take them anywhere else. And so that's when you start breaking down, because you notice all of this is stacking up. And so I figured if you do like a chore chart, or just give everybody responsibilities, not taking it on yourself, like I really need to work on that, because I do, in my mind, I think, I can do it faster. I can do better.
Yeah.
Let me just get it out of the
Get it
way.
done.
But then you get so overwhelmed, you flip out on everybody, and then you go to bed feeling like shit because you just cursed everybody out.
Yeah.
Right?
Cursed everybody out, and how many times I come to you guys like, I don't remember if I ate today.
Yeah.
That's
Mhm.
me pouring into everybody else's cup and then forgetting about me. Like, oh, I'll eat whenever I can. Like, I'll
Right.
lunch on something. I'll drink something.
Right.
I'm like staying above sea level, basically, which basically drowning.
Yeah.
It shouldn't be like that.
Yes.
So share your mental load. Make sure you're communicating with your partners and your kids,
Yeah.
and just saying, "Hey, you're old enough to make sure your room is clean. I don't need to remind you." Or, "You know that I have to wash clothes every Wednesdays and Fridays. Make sure all the loads are downstairs. I don't have to remind you. They're old enough for that." And even something as simple as when you wake them up, saying, not having to say, "Did you brush your teeth?" or "Get up 10, 15
Yeah.
times," or
Mm-hmm.
are you dressed? Like, those are all things, I'm sure all parents have dealt with, but those are things that we can start instilling in our kids. Like, okay, you can help me because I'm also packing my own lunch, packing my husband's lunch, packing your lunch, and getting myself ready and getting mentally ready for the day, on top of me having to tell you all the things that you're old enough to do. So
Mhm.
just giving everybody more responsibilities as well. Like, you don't have to do everything yourself.
Yeah. You're not going to be perfect at
No.
it. This advice is not something that was done overnight.
Yeah.
This is with
Years
and years of
Trial and
trial and
error.
error.
Yeah.
Exactly. Trial and
Still not
error.
perfect.
And we still haven't perfected it, but you know what? Our lives are a little bit easier, a little bit happier because we've made the attempt, the first steps, to try to make it easier and alleviate a lot of that pressure we feel and a lot of that guilt we feel on ourselves. And we have great partners that do want to lift us up and do want to be there to help us. And sometimes we're like, no, we got it, like Evelyn was saying. But they also can help us out, and they're willing to do that. So, and like she said as well, the kids, bring the kids into it. It's important that they also have their part and their role to contribute to the household. It's not just you, even though a lot of us want it to be just us, because we like to take that control.
And it's helping not only us by giving those kids control of delegating chores to them, but it's also teaching them life lessons, right?
Yeah,
Mhm.
responsibility.
Responsibility is teaching them, like, if you don't get this done, there's a consequence for
Yeah.
it. Where that's going to also happen at a work environment or at school or whatever, and just keeping them accountable to things. So it's not only helping us, it's helping them in their life too, as they get older.
That, and another thing I learned is like try to make it like fun in a way. Like, I got the calendar, and in the calendar you check it off, and as you check it off, when everything is done, then you get rewarded. Not to say they have to get rewarded for the things that are, have to get done in the house, but it's just the extra thing to, they look forward to it. It helps us out at the end of the day. And they're still kids.
Yeah.
So
You
we
still
have-
want them to
yeah,
like
you
their-
still want them to be kids at heart.
Right.
So if it's a little reward, then fine, you know what? But they're not gonna get the reward every week.
Yeah.
That's a lesson. Like, hey, just because you got it this week doesn't mean you're gonna get it next week. You have to, these are your chores, you should be doing it.
That's your responsibility.
Yes. But as mom and dad, we're gonna give you do it, then fine. We'll give you
I know there was
this
plenty of times that I had to tell my son, "Do I get an award for
Oh,
every time that I do all
I'm
this
famous
stuff?"
for that. Like, who's giving me something?
Right.
Side note, we were at my birthday at that cabin that you guys saw, and we had the kids take turns taking chores to
Oh.
clean up, right? This was like day 3. And we had been cleaning and
Cooking.
they were cooking the entire time we had been there, and we just asked the kids to do the chores that one day.
Mm.
And it was dishes, loading the dishwasher,
it was-
cleaning the floor,
Yeah, it was
and wiping the
loading
counters.
It
It wasn't
rinsing the
anything
dishes.
crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The kids had the nerve to be like, why?
Why?
They don't want to clean. This is our vacation, but
Like
we're
it
on
wasn't ours.
vacation. Hello.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So someone
That'll be I.
had a moment, but we were all like,
Yeah.
Because
Because it
poor
was
Louis
well
had to get the
needed.
grunt of it, but I was saying it to everybody while looking at him, and they all got in a straight line and did what they needed to do.
Yeah, they were.
And that's okay. Sometimes you do flip out, and sometimes you get out of character, and you feel bad about it later. But sometimes you gotta say what you gotta say for it to click in their heads.
Yeah, enough with the gentle parenting.
Yeah.
Enough with the gentle parenting. These kids need to know that you are the parent, they are the child. You do as we say. Plain
That's
and
it.
simple.
Mhm.
We keep you safe, we keep you clothed, there's a roof over your head, you're happy,
You're fed.
you do as we say.
Yeah.
That's it. Plain and simple, guys. It's nothing to it. So when we flip our lid, we mean business.
Literally.
Some of us give side eyes, some of us get loud, but we get the point across. And it doesn't happen often. Like we said, that's just a moment where we were just really frustrated
Yeah.
with the fact that they had the audacity to even say that
Mhm.
when they're on a fun vacation with family and friends.
Right.
You know, but it happens. So we gotta put them in check.
Real quick.
Check. All right? Cut the gentle parenting, put them in check. Anyways, I digress.
And like I was saying, like we call each other sisters at this point because we're so close, but our kids are too, right? And so
Yeah.
when we're all together, any of us can give our kids a look, and they're like, "Oh, I'm in trouble." So it's like it's coming from their own mother.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
at
think
this
it was
point.
like a month after we got
Yeah.
really close.
Mhm.
One of them was yelling at their own kid, and I was like, he
Say
was
it louder to
my
him,
son
too.
was doing the same thing.
Yeah.
Yell at him too. Like we
Yeah.
gave each other that
That
permission
Yeah.
because we understand the level of respect that needs to be given from these kids, and one shouldn't only get the grunt. If
Now,
they're
do we
all
s-
doing it.
Now, do we spoil them more?
Yeah.
Yeah.
We be in the back while they yelling like
It's okay, don't listen to your mom.
them. So we do
Like,
play
you
the
want
auntie
it
part.
here,
Yeah.
big.
Your mom said no. Here you go.
Your mom said no, here, take it. hurry
Yeah,
up.
hurry up and eat it. Like
How many times did that happen during basketball?
Oh please.
They'd
You
be
want
like,
$1? You want to go get a snack?
Oh my god. I would tell them like no, I don't have change. You're not going. Sit down.
I
This one
purposely-
would look, and they will be on the side like giving them the money. Like
I'm
oh,
not gonna lie, I
grandmas.
purposely brought cash just to give to the
Ew,
kids.
not a grandma.
Yo, my grandmother used to do that
Auntie.
shit. They'd be on the side like, toma, toma. Like I
aging
I see you. Didis, whatever.
I do it so you can see me.
Trust me, it always gets you. Because when they say no, guess what? I'll be like, yeah, I got you. I'll give it to you. So, it's alright.
I'll be yelling at my kids. I was like, if your titis told you yes, and I said no, I said
It's yes.
no. I said no.
It's, yeah.
Why
they
you
looking at me
scream
like,
that though?
exactly.
That's why they be questioning me.
That's why. That's what my younger son, he'd be like, but my mom said no. Straight to
Oh.
her. Straight to her. My mom said no. And she's like, but I said yes. And he's like, no, but my
No.
mom.
I be
Mom
having to
said no.
wait,
I
damn
have
near
to
put him in the
of
headlock
juice
for him to take it.
I have to say a funny story about that because it just recently happened. It was a delay. We had a snow day. We had a delay, but the kids had an award ceremony
Oh, Jesus.
for something at school. And so the award ceremony was going to be at 10:30. Their check-in or whatever time they needed to be at school was 10. The kids were talking in the car like, hey, you should take us home because I was going for her daughter
Mm-hmm.
to support her because Mariah was working. And they were like, you should take us out of school right after award ceremony. It'll be so much fun. We can go to your house and play. And I'm sitting there driving. I'm like, all right, fine. Call your parents. So her son called her husband and he was like, yeah, that's fine, whatever. And I told him, oh, call the school, let them know I'm picking them up. And my son actually stayed home that day, so I was only taking their kids. And I look over to her oldest and he goes, I didn't say nothing. I didn't ask you. And I was like, what? He was like, if you call my mom, tell her it wasn't us. It did not come from us. He was so scared. He was like, it did not come from us. That was not our idea. You could call her, and I hope she says yes, but it didn't come from us. Make sure you tell her that it did not come from us. I was dying. So I texted her. I was like, I'm just taking your kids home. Make sure you call the school and let them know that I'm taking them out early.
See? I put the fear of death in them.
They were so scared.
Don't
I'm like,
ask your
"Oh."
aunts to be taking you nowhere. Because I
I'm
said
like, poor
no.
kids. They were so scared. Make sure you tell her we didn't say nothing. That it was their idea. They were playing.
Because they be abusive too. They be like, oh, can I have this? Can I have that? Take me here. Take me there.
Yeah,
And
but
I'm
you
like,
have to understand that if we can't, then we'll say no.
Yeah.
liar.
100%.
They're lying. They're
No.
freaking lying.
We
they were
will.
like, yes to everything. That's why I had to pump their brakes. Because they're the titis that'll say yes to everything. You want $100? I'll give you $100. That's how they are. I'd say no. They are the yes. You know that's that movie, the yes to everything? That's them.
Say no a little bit.
It's a nice color, right?
Anyways,
Buddha.
Buddha.
what is
Me caso en nada.
Right now.
Okay, Buddha. So, we digress.
Yeah.
When do you put yourself first? What did we come to terms with? Always. Put yourself first. Give yourself the time that you need to reset yourself so that you can be your best self. Let's wrap it up. If something resonated with you during this podcast, leave us a comment. Let us know what that was. We'd love to hear from you.
Mm-hmm.
It's important that we know and understand that we're being heard and that you guys feel the same way. There's
Yeah, we're not
nothing like
crazy.
building a tribe of women that you know and helps you feel like, damn, I'm not crazy. I'm not the only one.
Mhm.
And that's what we found in each other.
Yeah.
And we hope that you can connect with us too.
And let us know what else you would like to hear for
Yeah.
our next topics. Because we're open ears.
So this is Amor, Chaos, and Conversations. Come back from episode 3. Bye.
Bye. Toodaloos.
And like, subscribe, and follow.
There you go.
Boom!